right, I'm going to call to order this meeting of Monroe County Board of Commissioners for work session agenda. It is Thursday, May 29th. Commissioner Madeira is joining us remotely. Commissioner Jones and I are here and present in that Hill room. First on our agenda is for planning ordinance 2025-16. Ms. Crecilius.
Good morning. I will pull up my report. So this is a outline plan amendment to the Westgate 3rd. They're developing the property very quickly. Everything is going to plan, and the project manager, Mr. Huffman, has been great to work with. There we go. The phasing plan that they created back in 2024, at the beginning of the year, under amendment number 1, has shown some limitations. So they are currently, this spring, have faced some really wet conditions, and they are proposing to amend their phasing plan. So no changes to the PUD uses, design standard, nothing else. It's just to the narrative that describes what should be completed throughout the 8 phases. So they're currently wanting to obtain a land use certificate for phase 3. Phase 3 states that they have to have pond 1, 3, 3A, and 4 fully finished. The rains have not allowed them to do that this year. They've been in close contact with Stormwater, and Stormwater recommends approval. They are in support of the amending phasing narrative. So the director has worked with county legal to come up with some language that gives them some flexibility for the rest of the development in case weather delays them again. So right here on screen, I won't fully read it. I know you guys are tight on time today, but it's some language that they've added 4 different times into their phasing narrative that will give them some flexibility to obtain a conditional land use certificate. It's at the discretion of the administrator, which would be the planning director, and then it can be issued for 6 months and potentially renewed for an additional 6 months. So that's a quick overview. So only changes to the narrative. Does anybody have questions for me? Any area that you'd like to see more information? Because we have so little flexibility with the PUD, all of their information, it's just very black and white, including the narrative. They really have been pushed up against this deadline for getting their certificate of occupancy. So they can't get their occupancy for phase 3 until they get a conditional land use certificate from us. So the only thing that we were able to do to help is to kind of expedite this petition and get it before you as quickly as we could. So I guess my only note before questions is we were hoping to bring this back as soon as you're comfortable with for a final hearing.
Right. So that would be June 5th would be our next meeting. Questions or comments, Commissioner Jones?
I can certainly understand how the constant rain this spring has set them back. The ground has really never had a chance to dry out all spring long, so it's not surprising.
Yeah, sure. And I know that Ms. Ridge had questions related to this entire petition area and the roadway, and I know that was addressed at our Plan Commission meeting, and she was satisfied with the answer on that because she's at the same time trying to organize the paving of Park Square. Commissioner Madeira, do you have any questions for planning?
No, I don't. Thank you.
Are we all okay with hearing this on June 5th next week? Yeah. Is that okay with you, Commissioner Madeira? Okay, good. All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so please bring this back next week, Ms. Crecilius, if possible.
Thank you.
And we'll get moving on it. Thank you so much. Appreciate your work on this. I know it's been difficult. Very complicated. Yeah. right, thank you. The next item is for ordinance 2025-17. Ms. Nestor Jelen, are you
Yes,
available?
can you hear me okay?
Yes, we sure can.
Okay, I will make this one quite quick. So I do actually just want to bring up two other text amendments as well, but I'll make them very brief. So first off is the Scrivener's error. So the area in question is 3800 West Constitution Avenue. They had a rezone in 2022 to rezone both this parcel and this parcel from PUD to LI. In the CDO map, unfortunately, this parcel accidentally reverted back to PUD. So when we talked to the legal department, they suggested that we go ahead and do a new ordinance, and we'll just reference the 2022-01 ordinance, which officially rezoned this from PUD to LI. So it was an error, and we're trying to correct it. So that's issue number one. We did have two CDO text amendments that we would also like to bring back to the commissioners, hopefully next week if that's available. One of them is a just correction of Scrivener's errors, formatting errors, and I'll make sure this is in the full packet. The Planning Commission did vote to approve this 7-1, and it was pretty straightforward with all the edits listed in the forefront of the packet. So nothing too controversial in any of these edits. They're just mostly errors that we've found since adopting the ordinance. The next text amendment that we took to the Planning Commission, which was approved by a vote of 6-0, was the impervious cover maximum. And this is due to the number of variances that we're getting after the adoption of the CDO and in relation to the way that the text has been administered in the office and what people are requesting. We'd like to amend the numbers a bit after working with the stormwater program manager as well as the drainage board to come up with better standards. So this will also be included, but it is allowing us to be able to move forward with some of the development projects that we're seeing coming through our office. Are there any questions, or do you want me to go further into depth on any of these?
Well, first of all, I think we can go ahead and take care of one of the items since it was the Scrivener's error today. So I'm going to make a motion that we approve ordinance 2025-17, which will correct a Scrivener's error on a rezone, and this is for 3800 West Constitution Avenue.
Second.
All right, motion and a second. Any comments from my colleagues on this item? Questions?
I have none.
All right, any public comment on this item? You raise your hand on Teams or come to the podium. All right, seeing none. Mr. Cockrell, will you please call the roll on ordinance 2025-17?
Commissioner Thomas.
Yes.
Commissioner Jones.
Yes.
Commissioner Madeira.
Yes.
Motion approved 3-0.
Great, thank you so much. The other two items, you bring back for us on our meeting June 5th, if you would, since I know the impervious cover is an issue. And I'll just encourage my colleagues to contact you or other staff in your office who do great work every day if they have questions on this. Okay? Does that work for everyone? Any other items, Mr. Cockrell? Ms. Purdy? All right, excellent. All right, with that, our work session is adjourned. Thanks, everyone. Be safe, be well.